All right. All right. And all right once more. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show, BS from a Basement. BS from a Basement brought to you by Get Some Sports 13 TV, local high school athletics, intercollegiate volleyball, and club volleyball. Available to you on YouTube. On what channel? It's the one you're watching right now, so you know it's good.
And Right of Center Brewery, brewed with humility, locally brewed in Lakeville, Illinois. Try one of those bad boys today. You won't be disappointed.
Yes, sir, Bri. Yes, sir. I told you that new song would kick. I told you it would hit.
I love it. I love it. It's a head bopper.
It's a good one.
It's a gooness.
It's a Genghis.
All right.
It's all you, baby.
It's all me. It's my night to toast. So what do you got there, Kyle, to toast?
I've got a Pilsner, a nice Pilsner. Let me crack it for you. Ready? Sounds like a good Pilsner.
I got a lager tonight.
Ooh. My Pilsner is exploding all over my stage here.
That's about right. Carl, damn it, he shook the beers again.
Carl, get a rag. All right.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Kyle.
Yes.
May you live all the days of your life.
I keep thinking there's going to be more to it.
No, I mean, think about it.
Yeah, because once you don't, you're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll drink to that.
Fantastic.
It's got to lean over there a little bit because I got some serious drippage.
We need a towel over here for Kyle.
Carl, stat. All right. What do we got here? We knocked out our up front. Oh, thanks, Carl. We knocked up I noticed, Carl, that Brian had to get those for you, hand them to you, and then you handed them to me, which is always entertaining.
Well, Kyle, if you look, he's got his shoes untied, so better I grabbed them from him before he fell into the studio.
Carl usually wears the Birkenstocks. Even in the winter, Carl likes to wear the Birkenstocks.
No socks, which is unusual. Don't you normally wear a sock with the Birkenstock?
No, not in its purest form. You probably would in the winter.
Okay.
I think Carl does that because he sees your gag reflex every time you look at his feet, which I've never. People have like the dirt under their fingernails. You don't typically see it under the toenail, but Carl somehow
It's almost like he gardens with his toes.
He does something with them. I don't know what it is.
Hey, so how do the people get the show live now, Kyle?
Well, you go onto YouTube to get it live. I'm glad that you segued into that, though, because let me bring up a little graphic. If you want to call in and talk to us live, be a brave soul, just friend us on Snapchat there. I call it the Snapple. And you can call via Snapchat, and we'll put you on the show. If you want to text in, which is also fun, you would need to be on our YouTube channel watching this, and you just text something in the comments, and lo and behold, it'll pop up on the screen if I push your comment. It'll come right on up, Bri. How about that? Technology.
Outstanding. It scares me, but not others.
Yeah. You're not an early adopter.
No, I am not. I am not. On my way over to the studio today, Kyle, I got to tell you, it was sort of strange. It almost looked like the FedEx guy who must have delivered something to your house. I don't know if it was an envelope, like something was torn in half. I saw another box with looked like a footprint in it. Something must have happened between you and FedEx today.
I did have a bad experience with FedEx today. And our listeners, if you work for FedEx or have had any success with lodging complaints against FedEx, you can call in or text in and let us know. But, Brian, this is what went down today. So, as you know, and the folks that watch Get Some Sports 13 know, I'm an avid kind of AV kind of guy, right? Mm-hmm. So, Santa Claus brought me a new camera.
Unlike me, you are an early adopter.
I am an early adopter, cutting edge all the time. Mm-hmm. So, Santa brought me a camera, right? So last weekend was the first weekend I had the ability to test that out, filming video for the Wisconsin Juniors Club volleyball team, which I very much enjoy doing, by the way. And I noticed that the aspect ratio on the lens that Santa had also brought me, although it should have probably been sufficient, didn't quite give me the wide angle that I needed to kind of get all the boundaries of the court without having to like move my camera way back.
Or to continually move like a tennis match.
You don't want to be panning back and forth, especially in high-paced volleyball. That is no Gouda. So I sent that back to the North Pole, and I ordered a new lens. Mm-hmm. Well, that lens was shipped to me via FedEx.
Beep.
With signature required, because these things are not cheap.
No, I get it.
So I was told your lens is arriving today. I thought, well, that's fantastic, because tonight, as you know, as you said in the studio without me, I got to go to a Lakes basketball game. And I thought, well, I'll do a little test run on this wide angle lens and see if it'll cover the court from fairly close. I was really excited about it. And they said, it's coming today. So I had to work at home today.
So the idea is you get a tighter shot in the whole court, so you're a little bit closer to the action.
Wide angle, but close enough you can see faces and numbers and all that. Yeah, like really good resolution. So I worked from home today so that I could be present to sign for this package because I wanted it for this evening.
Sounds like a foolproof plan at this point.
It's hitting on all cylinders, right? So then, as everybody knows, you get the email from or the text from FedEx. We're going to deliver this thing to you between 8:40 and 3:40 today. Which is really super helpful.
Yeah, it's a tight window.
I mean, they can't give me some way to know when that truck is somewhere close to my neighborhood or in my neighborhood. UPS does it. Would think FedEx could do it.
Amazon too. They give it 10 stops away, 5 stops away.
Nothing like that from
gives me
stupid
something
FedEx.
to look forward to during the day.
Well, and so I'm sitting around, and you know me, Bri. This means essentially I can't go to the bathroom and do a number 2 between 8:40 and 3:40 or whatever I said the time window was. So I'm uncomfortable most of the day.
And of course you have to, because you can't.
And I have 3 dogs that they would bark hysterically if someone was walking on the sidewalk, just on a walk, or if someone was breaking into my house, the volume level would be the same, which you've also experienced.
I have.
Okay, so I think Amazon came this morning and they went nuts, and I got up, and then somebody walked by and they went nuts and I got up, and I just said, you know what? I'm trying to work. I'm not getting up every time they bark.
Right. It's like crying wolf.
Yeah. Fool me once, shame on me. Yeah. So they go crazy for like a third or fourth time about 12:44 p.m. this afternoon.
And so it's in the window.
I didn't get up.
Okay.
Didn't think I needed to get up because nothing really happened except for them barking.
No doorbell or anything.
That's the key to my complaint.
Yeah.
So I go out and I look, and of course you open the door, and the dreaded, we tried to deliver your package, you weren't here sticker is on my door. And I thought to myself, I'm not deaf. There's no way that
I would agree with that. You're not deaf.
Yeah, there's no way that they rang the doorbell. So I go back on my Ring camera. I'm like, what in the heck happened? Where was the breakdown? The Ring camera shows the FedEx person come up to my porch, open my storm door, knock on my door, stand there for about 30 seconds, stick the sticker on, and basically run down the driveway to go to the next stop. So I knew that it was from the Grays Lake FedEx, whatever, branch. And I immediately called them. I'm like, hey, somebody, I've been sitting here all day. I stayed home for this purpose. I don't know why, but they didn't even bother to ring my doorbell, which I had confirmed through my Ring doorbell. There was no attempt to ring the doorbell.
It's a big doorbell, and it's lit.
It's lit. You can't miss it.
No, it's like it's on fire.
And so I said, I kind of need this delivery. There's something in there that I want for tonight, that I need for tonight. Can you help me out? And they said, well, I can see that she is still in your neighborhood. Let me get a hold of her. We'll have her swing back by within the hour. Okay.
So if she's in your neighborhood, she's no more than 3 minutes away.
Well, and I called 3 minutes after I mean, it's now 12:47. So she couldn't have got far.
Right.
So the guy says, we'll send her back to you. So lo and behold, 2.5 hours go by. And I now in a very agitated state and willing to lie, beg, borrow, and steal to get my way at this point. Now I call FedEx back. And now it's on.
It's me again.
Different people, customer service people, offshores. I believe FedEx customer service in the U.S. closes down maybe 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Mm-hmm. And this poor person on the other end of the line who doesn't speak particularly good English is just getting an absolute earful. And I said, look, you came to my house and didn't ring my doorbell. I don't understand that at all. I immediately called you and you said that you would send the truck back, and now that didn't happen. What the heck is going on? And she says to me, well, sir, there's no way anybody would have ever called the truck and have them come back to your house. And I said, but you told me that you were going to.
Yeah.
And she said, well, it looks like here that we attempted to deliver it today. And I said, I want to challenge that. If you don't even bother to ring the doorbell, I don't think you can claim that you attempted to deliver it today. Right. What I saw on my Ring doorbell was somebody running back and forth up my driveway looking like maybe they're behind schedule and just wanted to get the heck out of Dodge. That's what I saw.
Arguably, was it a fake knock on the door even? Was it?
It wasn't loud enough that I heard it. Now, granted, I've got 3 dogs at that point going nuts, so I wouldn't have heard it, but I would have heard the doorbell.
Yep.
And so there were several attempts by her to reiterate what had happened. And I said, I already know I'm telling you what happened. Yeah. I know what happened. And she's like, well, I'm reading the transcript from when you called in earlier. And I said, oh, good. So you can see someone told me that you were coming back to deliver that. I said, this is where it gets off the rails. I said, I have a paying appointment tonight to shoot video, and I cannot do it without that package.
Right.
And I am standing to lose several $1,000s by not being able to do that. What are you guys doing? Well, sir, we're going to try to deliver it again tomorrow. And I said, I'm not going to be here tomorrow. In fact, no one will be here tomorrow. And don't even tell me I can sign the sticker on my door and you'll leave it, because I've tried that 1,000 times in the past and you won't leave my package. I've already tried that. I said, I need somebody to bring this thing to me stat today. Well, sir, we can bring it tomorrow. I said, it seems really silly to me that I'm telling you no one will be here tomorrow and you're still going to waste someone's time to come and knock on my door, hopefully ring the doorbell this time when you know nobody's going to be here. I said, in fact, let me tell you how this plays out, because I think I got this figured out. You're telling me you came today and attempted. You didn't attempt. You're telling me no matter what, you're coming tomorrow, even though you're wasting your time. Then you're going to give me a sticker that says I can go to my local FedEx branch and pick it up myself.
Yes.
That's what's coming.
Yep.
Well, sir, that's our policy. At that point, and now I'm not a veterinarian, Brian. I don't know if it's possible for a horse to have sex with a tortoise, a pile of fecal matter, a frog, 2 ducks, and another horse at the same time. But something of that flavor came out of my mouth to where she said, sir, if you use profanity again, I have to terminate the call.
Where's the Tylenol?
And I try to be patient. I'm not patient. And she must have said 25 times, I'm sorry.
Yep.
And I kept saying, sorry is not good enough. You also know me well enough to know when I've been wronged. I would consider I've been wronged twice. In the last 2 hours, FedEx, you have wronged me twice. I want somebody's head on a platter is what I want. And anything short of that is not going to appease me. and they were not willing to give it to me. All she could tell me repeatedly was, "I'm very sorry." And so we went round and around and around about how this was actually ever going to arrive at my home. And she said, "Well, sir, I've explained the policy and process to you multiple times now, so I'm going to have to terminate this call." I said, "If you hang up, so help me God, if you hang up on me, this is not going to end well for anybody."
By chance attached to a blood pressure machine at this point?
I was not. I could feel my blood pressure. But anyway, at the end of the conversation, I got confirmation that, they would in fact attempt to deliver it again on Friday when I wasn't home tomorrow, because everybody in the world now knows I'm not going to be at my house tomorrow to sign for this package.
Right. And I'm going to rob you tomorrow.
Yes. And after that, I said, "I don't think you can do any more to help me, but you really haven't done anything to help me except just say I'm sorry repeatedly," and didn't really seem to mean it when she said it either. It sounds like maybe that's in a script. "I know this doesn't make it better, sir, but I am sorry." That's I got about 5 minutes of that.
Buddy, I'm sorry you had to deal with that today.
Thank you, Brian.
It really is, as you look at that and you think about customer service.
It doesn't exist anymore.
No. And the other thing is these corporations, these companies, these businesses, they all have their processes and procedures. And if something falls outside of those processes and procedures, it messes up the whole system. People can't deal with it. And there's also, what is that? There's like something where for like the 80-20 rule. Like if we get 80% of it right, the other 20 we'll deal with.
You don't care about the carnage that represents the 20. So I'm glad that you went that angle with it, because that's what I'm sitting here thinking. FedEx is a gigantic global company. I have zero recourse.
Yep.
In fact, I went on the website to try to figure out how I could upload the video of my Ring doorbell to just say, "Hey, this is not right." No ability to do that. And it's not a secret that no one at FedEx gives one single care about me and my situation today trying to get this lens so I could go shoot a basketball game. Nobody cares.
Yeah, and it's so funny, talk about customer service, and when you try to, it's impossible to call. It's impossible to get a human being on the phone. And then when you chat now, you're chatting with an AI.
A bot. And it says, did I answer your question? And I say, no. I want to speak to someone.
And I'm screaming. So whenever I call, I'm screaming, representative, trying to get a human being. Mm-hmm. I scream that at my computer.
Yeah.
Representative. Give me so eventually you'll get that.
I will, but in principle, and I am a man of principle, it's not right.
No.
It's not right. And it's not right that I don't have a recourse. And it's not right that I got a phony apology from someone who knows where that doesn't really care about my situation, that all she wanted to do was hang up on me so she could get yelled at by the next person in line.
Well, and the other thing is, I mean, you certainly manage people and I do as well. And you look at, when you think of the driver, it all started with that driver not doing a very basic tenet of her job. The idea is, and FedEx would tell you this, like the president and CEO of FedEx would say, your job is to get the package to the consumer.
Right.
Like, we don't enjoy it going back on the truck and regurgitating it or sitting on the shelf. We want to deliver that package. That's our goal, is to get the package to the person.
Correct.
So short of chasing a person down the street, if you see they're pulling away, ring the doorbell. That should be the first thing. Now, ring the doorbell, and if you don't hear it, knock on the door. Maybe a doorbell's not working. But that's the thing, is if that they're paying this woman to take your phone call, and she's telling people at her work and at home today over a glass of wine or something a little stiffer about her phone conversation with you. And that all would have been avoided if they ring the doorbell.
Correct. And you don't have to employ a giant customer service force if you get that first part right.
Correct.
But you're also wasting money to throw something that's actually quite expensive and breakable back on a truck, to go to an address where the person that lives there has already said you're wasting your time if you do that tomorrow? Why would that be your policy and procedure? That's stupid.
And now the other thing that's kind of interesting, and maybe somebody could chime in or call us or something, is now does that item stay on the truck?
I hope not.
Or does it get unloaded and then reloaded?
Probably gets reloaded tomorrow because they set up their routes every day, right? Based on where they're going. It's probably going to be on a different truck tomorrow.
Oh, man. Kyle, I can't wait to see that thing in action.
FedEx, if you want some simple problem-solving, money-saving techniques, give us a call. If anyone out there is listening that knows how to stick it to FedEx, please let me know. Because I want to stick it to them, and then my response after I do it is just going to be simply, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. All right, Kyle, now, again, I apologize.
Thank you.
Happened to you.
That's
I'm
also,
sorry.
that's heartfelt.
I'm sorry.
That's heartfelt
I'm
as
sorry.
well.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So, a few weeks ago, we talked about that movie that was streaming on, I think it was Netflix, called Leave the World Behind.
Leave the World Behind.
And these shows, they go viral. And they're not always good.
Nope.
But people get into them and they talk about them. And I got one.
Okay.
Now, let me just preface by saying I could not get through it. I couldn't finish it.
Oh.
So
is this a series or a movie?
It's a movie.
Okay.
It's a movie. So it started, the first I heard about it was about a week and a half ago. I'm with my 21-year-old daughter and one of her girlfriends, and they start talking about salt burn. So like salt and pepper, salt burn.
Okay. I have to admit, I have never heard of that.
Neither had I. You
Okay.
got to watch it. You got to watch it. The girl says something about bathtub scene and giggles and blah, blah, blah.
Now
blah.
you're in the college mindset and now you're committed.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I kind of don't, I dismiss it. I forget about it. And then about a week later, I'm with my friends, Pat and Beth, and they talked about Saltburn.
Ooh.
You have to watch Saltburn.
It's starting to grow.
Yes. And now the age difference there is like almost 40 years between this.
Now, just sorry, as an aside, do you ever hear anybody say you got to watch BS from a basement? Like, when does that start to hit?
I can't wait until it does.
It's got to be close.
So they also talk about the bathtub scene, and now I'm intrigued.
Yes.
And quickly, Beth, the woman, can see where I'm going with the bathtub scene.
Yeah.
And she says,
not what you're thinking.
not what you're thinking, no TNA. And I say, okay. So
Tonsils and adenoids for people
Yes.
scoring at
Yep.
home. Yeah.
So I go home, actually from their house, and I said, you know what, I got to watch this. So I it's on Amazon Prime. I turn on Saltburn, and I'm not going to give anything away. So the bathtub scene, disgustingly gross. Nothing I imagine that I would see, and I hope I never see it again. It's burned in my brain.
Oh.
And then shortly after, I'm going to call it I'm a Vampire scene, the I'm a Vampire scene,
Okay.
which is at least equally as gross or
Yeah.
worse. So now I think I'm in 55 minutes in the 2 hour and 15
And you've been
movie.
repulsed twice.
Yeah, and twice I've had to turn my head.
Oh.
And no feet. There's been no foot action at this point.
Yeah. Feet is an automatic head turn.
Yeah. So I turned it off. Now apparently millions of people have watched this whole thing.
Yeah. What is the Rotten Tomato, or does Prime have Rotten Tomatoes?
I don't know I don't know the answer to that. But
Okay.
so if anyone wants to watch the whole movie
Yeah.
and let me know how it ends.
Yeah.
But I challenge you to get through the bathtub scene and then the I'm a Vampire scene.
How long is Saltburn?
I think it's 2 hours and 15 minutes.
And is there any rhyme or reason to the name of the movie?
I think it's set in England and students going to Oxford, and I believe Saltburn is like the name of an estate or a title like Lord of Saltburn or something. I don't know, but apparently everybody loves it but me.
Apparently. Well, you know what? I made you watch Leave the World Behind. I will try to watch Saltburn.
Yes.
Now, Bri, on a related topic, and I don't know if this one is on Netflix one or if this is actually coming out into theaters, but I saw a trailer today for a movie called ISS, meaning International Space Station, literally is what ISS. Okay. And the premise of the trailer, I can say this because it's in the trailer. There is a American crew on the ISS. There is a Russian crew on the ISS. And as the ISS spins around the world, they can see suddenly below them that a war is breaking out. And this war quickly spreads up to the ISS, where these two crews of people are now fighting each other for control of the ISS.
Oh, my goodness.
Which I think, as a concept, is a pretty cool concept. But anyway.
So was it like a nuclear war they could see?
Yes. Yeah. Like we talked about that George Clooney movie that had the book. And when they show the Earth in that movie, the atmosphere is red and it's turbulent and it's not a healthy looking planet. That's what they begin to see from the ISS when this breaks out.
So it's interesting. Now, if I was on the ISS, I'm thinking, first of all, I don't have an Earth to go back to.
No, we might be going to the moon.
Yeah, and secondly, we got to figure out how to work with our other crew here.
Yeah,
survival.
Part of the trailer is the American crew says we got a call from the Secretary of Defense, and we were told to secure the ISS for our country at all costs.
Oh, okay.
And so then you have to think that Russia made a similar call up to their astronauts, because I think when you're in a full-fledged nuclear war, the first thing you think about is who's going to be in control of the International Space Station.
Right. Yeah. And how many on each side up there?
3 and 3, I think. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yahtzee.
I just thought as a concept that was a pretty cool concept.
Now, is it out there yet or no?
It's not. It's in the next week. And again, I couldn't tell you if that was coming to Netflix or whatever, or theaters. I couldn't tell you how that one's getting broadcast, but it's coming.
Hey, next topic here. I want to talk about the Stanley Cups. Not the hockey version, but man, one of my kids just bought one for Donna, and I don't get it. They can't keep them on the shelf. As far as I'm concerned, they're oversized, insulated tumblers that are stupid, clunky, heavy. I don't get it. I know a little bit about these. I know they make a 40-ounce one and a 20-ounce one with the straw in them. But and the 40, people are enamored because it's got the small bottom you can put in your cup holder. In the car.
So do they make one even bigger that you can't put? The one I was reading about, you can't put in your cup holder because it's that big.
Oh, which is great. So I mean,
it's very convenient.
Yeah.
Well, I think you probably know this, but in case you don't know this, I can't believe you brought this up. We didn't talk about this before the show. I do Flipboard every night, which is a consolidated news feed, and I was flipping through it, and there was an article about Stanley mugs.
Really?
And apparently part of the viral sensation, although it's gone on for a while now. I mean, I don't know if we would consider Yeti stuff to be viral, but
I think so.
Stanley, I think, maybe came up through TikTok and stuff, but there is a video on TikTok of this lady whose car, do you know this? Okay. Her car catches on fire and burns to a cinder.
Oh my gosh, here we go.
In the cup holder post fire is a Stanley drinking thing, mug, and she picks it up out of the cup holder and shakes it, and there's still ice in it.
So bottom line, after the nuclear war, Stanley Cups and roaches are going to survive.
Well, funny thing about Stanley, and I don't know if their logo is different than back in the old days, but kids won't know this. Like literally back in the blue collar days of even the 1940s, maybe even a little earlier than that, when guys would go off to work at the factory, they would carry in their hand. It was a kind of lime green canister with a stainless steel top / drinking mug.
Yep.
And that is a Stanley thermos, and they've been around forever.
We can go to the Google machine, but I think it's like the 19th century. I think they go back to.
Yeah, and kids that are drinking out of the straw Stanley things don't know that, but it's actually an old school product.
And you know what? So Target's got one now, and I don't know that's special for Valentine's Day.
1913. Brian.
1913. Okay. Oh, so 110 years. Oh, 111 years.
That is, you're right about that. Some of the appeal is the limited color releases and the Valentine. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just reacting because I read this very article last night.
People stand outside in lines for this crap.
Yes.
And I don't get it. And which brought me to a little thing here. So I went on TikTok, or excuse me, I didn't go on TikTok because I don't know how to use TikTok. But I went and I looked at what are some things, and TikTok is really sort of the linchpin. That's what gets all this stuff rolling.
Yeah.
I thought, what other products have gone viral on TikTok? So they're a beauty blender washing machine, which cleans makeup sponges. 12 million views.
I assume this is like a vanity countertop washing machine.
Yes. It somehow cleans your sponges. The Zen.
Careful. Face sponges.
Excuse me. Yeah. Makeup sponges.
Makeup sponges.
I don't think they make sponges. Didn't Elaine Bennis?
She bought the last one.
She bought the last box. Yeah. The Zen body shower head filters. Shower head filters.
Oh, yeah. I've seen those.
4 million views. The Bissell Little Green Portable Carpet Cleaner.
Have one.
18 You are. Oh, my God. You are an early adopter.
Yeah.
And how about this one? If you have this one, I'm going to be a little bit concerned. The Revlon One-Step Hair Dryer.
I think my daughter has one of those.
98.5 million views.
So product placement, get on TikTok.
You are one of these early adopters, I will say, with
I am. Well, the funny thing is, though, BS from a Basement has several promo clips on TikTok, and we don't have that kind of viewership.
Well, that's what I'm looking for. What do we need to do?
How do we pop?
We got to
somebody tell us how we get it going.
We got to do something to pop.
Yeah, we got. And while we're not popping, I have no comments on YouTube, and my phone has not yet rung from Snapchat. But I think maybe my internet's just down. Maybe that's what it is.
Well, here we go, and to our next segment. I think we have a sponsor for our next segment.
We sure do, Bri. Our next segment is brought to you by Manly Bands. Manly Bands, made with unique materials like dino bone, meteorite, historic. Can I start over the Manly Bands thing?
Please. Hey, you know what?
I've said it
Kyle,
so many times I should know it.
Take a little pop.
Let's take it here. Yeah. Let's
take a
little drinky drink. Yep. Okay. All right. Manly Bands.
Sorry, Manly Bands.
Manly Bands, made with unique materials like dino bone, meteorite, historic military materials, and much more. Go to manlybands.com, a band for every man. Manlybands.com. Say no to boring.
Manly Bands. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So now I got to bring this up here. We're not going to do a product reveal, but if you can see this in the camera, y'all, this actually arrived not via FedEx, the United States Postal Service, Brian.
Hey,
nor rain, nor sleet, nor
out.
Snow. 365 or something like that. So Brian and I got a shipment from our good friends at Manly Bands, and we'll break these out after showtime, and maybe we'll show them off to you next week. I have been told, Brian, that one of my rings in my size, and you and I are not the same size, has Sherman tank in it. Eat
Sherman
that.
tank. What does mine have in it?
Eat
Feet?
that. It's pretty cool. Toenail clippings are in yours. Pretty cool because I believe my grandfather, he served under George Patton in World War II, and I believe that he was don't call him a pilot. He worked on a Sherman tank. Pilot, gunner, driver. Yeah. So that's kind of a cool connection.
He worked on the line, if you will. He was a line
he
worker.
was in there.
Yeah.
He was no, not built it. He was in war inside of one of them. That's why I said I don't know if you call it the driver, the pilot.
That was your grandfather?
Yes.
Thank you for your service.
Yes. Well, he's no longer with us, but I'm sure he appreciates
Well,
that.
then, thank you for your service. Amen.
Okay. So what is this segment, Bri, that we've set up?
Kyle, learn your state birds.
It is time to play Learn Your State Birds. Exciting stuff. Brian set up how this works.
Well, it's pretty simple, Kyle. I give you a state, and I ask you to name the bird. And after you get it wrong,
you don't ask me to name. Yes, you do. Sorry. It's so confusing.
Well, it's a little bit different than high school. That's how we got to get them on the same cadence. After you get it wrong, I'll just amaze you with all the information me and my team have gathered.
Bird facts.
And then I got a special little question at the end, what I call a customized question
you
for
do
each
call
bird.
it that, a customized question.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. I'm going to reset this music because it's coming to an end.
All right.
All right, here we go.
All right, Kyle.
Yes.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
The password is West Virginia.
Ooh, I think I know this one. This could be a monumental day. West Virginia, the state bird is the redbird, the cardinal. Give it to me. I know I'm right.
Well, can you be more specific?
The
please?
northern cardinal.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. I got to do it again. I'm pushing the wrong button. All right, hold on. I got that one right. We're going to hear the bell ring because I got it right. Let the bell ring from the hilltops.
Yes.
The northern cardinal is the state bird of West Virginia, Illinois, I believe Kentucky.
Correct.
I am killing this.
Four more.
Four more?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know the rest of them.
Indiana, North Carolina, Ohio, and Virginia. So I knew you had researched this one.
Yeah.
And normally I tell you if it's multiple states.
But you didn't.
I threw you a little curveball, but you still got it.
My recall is strong.
The Northern Cardinal. You know, Northern Cardinal, Kyle, was voted by the state legislature
of West Virginia
on March 2nd, 1949. It beat out barely the wild turkey and the ruffled grouse.
Ooh. I actually have heard of ruffled grouse. Wild turkey drink, maybe? Aren't all turkeys? Well, yeah, I gotcha.
Well,
I would have gone wild turkey.
It's got to be a domesticated turkey, right?
Well, the ones we eat for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, because I think the wild ones are a little bony.
Yeah.
A little bony.
Gamey.
So West Virginians, I'm told, really enjoy this lovely bird's cheerful song and enjoy its striking red and black plumage in every corner of the state.
Every corner
Every corner. And which is funny because they don't have corners. And if you look at West Virginia on the map, it's not really a corner state.
Nope.
Hey, did you know I lived on a street called Plumage Court at one point?
Did you really?
I did. I
thought you were always a numbered guy.
Well, it was 503 Plumage Court.
Yeah, but I thought you were like, 132nd.
Yeah. Washtenaw.
Yeah.
So the bird is named after the cardinals of the Catholic Church.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Now, were those fellows were sporting red from the beginning, right?
The scarlet robes and such.
Yeah.
What's interesting, and I found this, is once in a while you will see a yellow one.
Ooh.
I've never seen a yellow cardinal.
Miscolored.
Yeah, it's a genetic mutation. It's not a different species.
Ooh, let me ask you this. That particular genetic mutation, doesn't that make the bird half female, half male? Not kidding about this. I think it's a thing.
I did not come across that, and I don't usually go on those dark websites, Kyle.
We'll let that one go, but I'm pretty sure I'm right about that.
So it's not a migratory bird, which I know in because in Illinois you see them in the winter.
That's true. Actually, a lot of our state stamps have, the snow falling and the cardinals sitting on the old wooden fence.
Correct.
Yeah, not
Correct.
slats, the wood ones that, the open wood ones.
Like the split rail.
Yeah, split rail, if you will.
If you will.
And I will.
All right. So are you ready for your question?
I am. I would like to challenge. We can't even get our wives to send in something on YouTube. We can't even put that challenge out there. I mean, come on. Maybe it's just a busy Wednesday night. And
Hey, on the Snapple, I just got a new friend suggestion. I don't even know what that means, though.
Oh, that didn't help us.
No, we got nothing. All right, you ready for your question?
I'm ready. I gotta retake that picture. I tried to just make a snap picture. I gotta look like I'm doing something important. Yeah. There we go. Okay.
So we already talked about the Cardinal Catholic Church.
Yep.
Theme.
Yep.
What other bird might be appropriate as a name for some Catholic church, part of the Catholic Church or religious sect? Excuse me.
I hope that was a Freudian
that
slip
was a
if there
Freudian
ever
slip,
was one. Man, I was hoping you weren't going to limit it to the church because I was going to say pretty easily anybody in the halls of Congress is a turkey, obviously.
Okay, I like it.
I don't know. Maybe if I turn it and go a little bit more majestic, maybe the Pope could be the eagle.
Okay.
The golden eagle, not the bald eagle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, a lot of popes are bald, so I don't think you'd be wrong.
No, but it's a majestic bird.
The other one I thought about is maybe, when I say none, what kind of bird would you think of? Maybe one that doesn't fly.
Yeah, penguin.
Penguin. Correct.
Well, the colors are there too.
That's right. Because an ostrich doesn't fly either.
No, that's true. And they are also black and white. But we landed on penguin and I like it.
I did too, yeah.
Okay. All right, Bri. What was that segment called? Remind me.
Learn your state birds.
Excellent. That's excellent stuff. All right. Well, Bri, we've
great show, Kyle.
Had a good time this evening for sure. What do you got for the people to tell them night and goodbye?
Farewell and adieu.
All right, everybody. Do something good out there.